Well, this is going to be a short stream if you've already beaten the game. Hey, Quack.
Hey, Quack. Hey, everyone, this is Rockman.
And not Rockman.
Hey, Cobra. Hey, Red Yoshi.
Hi, Cobra. Hi, Red Yoshi.
Quack's still waiting for that stream. Did you miss me song?
What?
No. Did you miss me?
I talked to you yesterday. What am I supposed to miss? I remember the time I was trying to help someone find the stray fairy for the Great Fairy in the North Quadrant. And it was night when I finally got them to see where the laundry was. And it wasn't there because it was night. Hi, Steffi.
Steffi? Well, was it this afternoon, Quack? Because unfortunately I was busy this afternoon. Sorry. I went to the barber today.
I went to work. Although I'm not exactly sure how much longer I'll be going to work.
What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, I guess one of the things I could ask people is what's going on with their jobs and whatnot. But Cobra, don't you load trucks as your job? You know, how are you doing? Like, did they just let everyone go? Or are you loading trucks from home?
He says vacationing. The question is whether or not it's actually a vacation or a forced vacation.
Is it a forced paid vacation?
So Steffi wants to escape?
Steffi's clearly picked the wrong place to escape because I know she hates this game, but I appreciate you trying to escape with us here in chat. I mean, that's what, in a way, that's what I'm trying to do as well, as, you know, talking to you guys and streaming. Because honestly, Steffi, I would rather be playing Apex. I did, you know, the new challenges came out. I did some of them, but this is what I'm doing as a community. Quack, your employer decided to go from 24 hours. Yeah, what was, I don't know. You work in a store of some kind, Quack? I don't remember.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, actually, because at that grocery store that my mom and I went to when it was a madhouse. Like they are supposed to be open 24 hours, and there were signs on the door saying that they wouldn't be open 24 hours. I'm an adult.
What if I have evidence against the fact that Rockman is an adult?
I'm protesting and saying I'm an adult.
I'm looking down on you, which is really hard considering I'm shorter than you.
By about a foot.
You're 6'2"?
No. A lot of okay, real quickly here. A lot of times, you may have remembered me saying this.
Yes.
I name when I play a Zelda game, I name Link after a character in a TV show that I'm currently watching. And
we're gonna do the whole Ben drowned thing.
Yeah, I wanted to. I figured I'd name it after a character on Manifest, the show that me and Kodum watched together. The main character's name is Ben, and I thought I can't name it anything other than Ben. Because
and guess what name your mom wanted to give you?
People will think it's, oh, you're referencing Ben Drowned, and then I'll tell Doom, no, it's Ben Stone.
I hope you know what face I'm giving you right now.
No, I don't. I can't see your face. We're not doing anything illegal. We're adults.
My boys don't act like adults.
So,
when I got home, I took them for a walk, and they saw another pupper on the walk, and they were just so excited. And we were going the same direction, so we kind of continued. Because it's like pack mentality, go the same direction. And the couple said that their dog's probably the old man of the group, and he was 9. And I was like, oh, these two are 11. They just don't act it.
By the way, happy St. Patrick's Day.
What the frack is wrong with the what?
He's got one of those, BDSM sex things in his mouth. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what.
Let me turn this down.
It's just weird.
But yeah, you guys feel free to vent about work or things closing or whatever. As I said, I went to my barber today, but my regular barber was not there. I hope that he is, just taking precautions and he's not sick or dead.
I have okay, here's my complaint. I wish we could close down one day to the public so that we can put all of the precautions and whatever we want to do and figure out all of our new policies and stuff so that we could somewhat open again, and then I'd be able to actually answer people's questions instead of people deciding things and then just not telling me. Like, I was actually really busy this morning fixing a sign that I had made 4 or 5 times already in the past, since Thursday. I've redone this sign 5 times to say what our hours are. And I forgot to change that fucking sign. God damn it. I need to change that sign. And then people call me and ask me questions about whether or not we will provide the service. And I'm like, I have no idea. That's a great question. Shit.
We're just going to watch this for the next 12 hours.
Green donuts would have been fun. I agree. I didn't even wear green today. I didn't even think about it. None of us did.
You just all wore black.
I'm wearing dark gray. Mostly because this is a comfortable shirt to wear at work. It's very comfortable. And then I have one coworker who's just freaking out, like, why are we still open to the public?
Yeah. Steffi, I don't know if you know this, but they now let you upload an emote that can be, well, actually multiple emotes for anyone who's given 1,000 bits or more. So in theory, I could upload an emote so that anyone who's given 1,000 bits or more on my channel can have a special emote. I'm thinking of actually making it the Yumbo one, but I haven't done that yet. So that is a thing.
You know what my suggestion was?
What was your suggestion?
Take the Yumbo off of your number 2. Make it the Yumbo, and then replace your tier 2 emote Yumbo with the Sadie emote, and then your brother has to pay extra money.
Oh, yeah, I don't... Like, I am thinking of changing the Yumbo from the tier 2 to the 1,000 bits, but I'm not going to do that with Sadie, okay?
But it was hilarious to say it. Especially since I'm saying this when he's not around, so he doesn't know I've said it. That's what makes it really funny for me. The rest of the year? Wow.
Well,
Now I'll say this, our new hours are the new hours for the foreseeable future. So that's interesting.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if school is closed for the rest of the school year.
Now, wait a second. For the school year, do you mean like June? Like, or y'all probably actually end in May. Or
As
do you
opposed to
mean
the,
closed for like September on as well?
as opposed to the fake local news?
That's what, because for year, my head just went, they're closed till December?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that too at first, but then...
Then, I retraced back.
I mean, hopefully it would be school year, but... Hey, you never know. We might all be dead by September.
Did they get their piece of paper now?
What paper?
Their graduation. Their diploma.
I heard that they're all PDF diplomas now.
Hey, Rockman, do you want to tell people how big my college diploma is?
How big is Song's college diploma? It's fucking huge.
Is there a reason it's fucking huge?
Because nope. Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Steffi, you're going to have to become an adult. I know it sounds gross. You're going to have to homeschool Zora and feed her nothing but home-cooked food because, you know, you're never going to be able to leave the house.
Well,
you just have to teach them the right way to learn math, and that's not at all because math is worse than racism.
Steffi, I think the best thing you can do is
Google
teach
to
her
do the math.
how you apply math every day. And try to work in math as you're actually doing math all the time, even when you don't realize it.
You use like pinball or something to pinball analogies. Probably.
I don't think she's in geometry yet.
Yeah,
so you could do
I guess probably baking might actually make sense, and then you move move on to the geometry of pinballs.
Yeah, baking and measurements, that's cool. That's a good idea.
You know, just add 1/3 of a cup flour to a 1/4 cup flour, and then ask Chad for more flour, and then you're screwed.
Same here, Quack. I don't know if it's state mandated yet, but many are just for safety anyway. Although I'm trying to make my parents actually like be at home and like have me cook for them.
Yeah, I mean, I have an account or whatever with Noodles and Company, and I get their emails. I'm sure you got their emails too. That said something like, "We're closing all of our sit-in restaurants. We're available for takeout, carry-out, pickup, delivery, that whatever, but no sitting in."
Well, it's just kind of like those things where
See, that's
we're
offensive to
we're
people who only have
nervous
nine
at the
fingers.
library accepting, um, like people are returning books. Well, I'm quarantining books for like a couple days before I'll even put them on the shelves. And after I'm handling them, I'm like, sanitizer, sanitizer.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't remember any you know maybe in kindergarten they told you to count on your fingers, but like not in like real math class. Just spray them with Lysol.
Well, Steffi, I don't think there's a problem with you getting a bag of M&Ms and showing her adding and subtracting with
Uh,
objects so that it's still something visual, but it's not
there's
necessarily
there's no
fingers
M&Ms.
and toes.
They're all sold out. Actually,
I think there's M&Ms still.
I have a bag of M&Ms that my mom bought specifically to make Easter cookies, which is what 3 weeks away. So just sitting there.
I do think you're gonna have to be creative, Steffi, but creative doesn't mean like Pinterest. I mean, you could even do a lot with like a deck of cards, and I don't mean teaching her how to gamble.
Teach her how to gamble. It's going to be their only source of income pretty soon. We certainly don't want DK teaching her math, right?
DK would probably be excellent at teaching her money handling, and probably Steffi too. I think both of you work in retail. Y'all can work. Y'all can. Here's money, counting money,
I thought you were going to
subtracting
say.
money.
I thought you were going to say DK would be great at teaching what not to do.
Mm.
I done goofed.
Slow cat.
But the nine times tables are the easiest one.
I didn't like get that until I was much older and I already had the nines memorized. But it's like remember I don't know, did you have like those sheets where you had like the times tables and then it was like almost a timed quiz on how many you could fill out?
Probably.
I enjoyed that except for the timed aspect. I would have happily sat there and done my multiplication and division. I had them memorized, but I just choke up when there's a clock on me. Freaking hate it when there's a clock on me.
Ratmus and Fish are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. They're making corned beef. Well, it's good to be an adult and just be able to use a calculator for everything.
It's like I'm trying to keep Zora's age in mind and appropriate things because I'm like thinking of things, but it's all like later elementary school things, not early elementary school things.
Is that related to rocket science?
I had so many like computer games growing up that were very like educational based.
Wait, Quack, so what you're saying is it's a pyramid scheme?
So there's probably a lot of free flash games online, Steffi, for things like math and English and whatnot that you could find.
Yeah, see, I don't think I would be good at teaching kids math or anything. Because, like, I would just do it the way I know, and if their teacher wants me to do it some other stupid way, then I would tell the teacher to F off.
I don't want to say that they don't use those methods anymore, Steffi. It's hard for me because it's
all
like
on iPads
the teacher
now.
is teaching the class this way. Sometimes it works for certain students and it doesn't work for other students. And all teachers have that problem because students learn differently. And it's okay that maybe your daughter just learns differently than you do. And that's fine, but it's going to take a bit to figure out how to communicate it.
Back in my day, you learned the way they said or you got whacked. No, wait.
Yeah, see, we've learned that that's bad.
No, that was my dad's day. In my day, they still didn't care if you didn't learn.
It's like my mom's left-handed, and I can't remember. I don't think she ever got crap for being left-handed. She's like, she was around intelligent enough people to be all like, yeah, I'm left-handed. So what? We're the greatest people ever.
Sinister. Damn those kids and their fancy ass computers, tablets and junk. Give me a good old fashioned overhead projector.
Well, having the computer and the tablets and stuff is good in the sense that those are things she'll be using later in life, and it's good for her to learn good ways to use them now. The same thing with a computer. It's like I had a computer in my house since I was born. I'm pretty adept at using a computer just naturally because I grew up around one. It's kind of like I find I wish, and I know it will eventually get there, but teachers need to accept cell phones as smartphones into the classroom as a teaching tool instead of going like this absolutely forbidden banning thing. Because it's like, look, they are going to have this on them.
Not my
Teach
kids.
them how to use it properly in good ways. Like, you have a question, you can look up the answer. Ta-da!
Look it up in a...
You looked up the answer.
Look it up in a physical encyclopedia.
And someone else has the same question, share the answer with them. Sharing knowledge is good. I happen to have parents that, like, I asked questions, and if they didn't know the answer, they helped me look it up. They were like, well, let's figure it out. Well, it's still important to know the process, which is why you don't want to use a calculator. But at the same time, calculators are useful functions. It's like in calculus, they were like, So I don't want you to use your calculator now, but you'll totally have it for your AP calculus test. And it's like, right,
Yeah, like I totally get that you need to teach kids
process.
to be able to process and logic things, and like a part of that is like learning how to do math without a calculator. That helps like more for logic processing and whatnot. But like, yeah, if there's ever a time in my life where I'm like, I need to know what this math is, like I could try to think of it in my head, or maybe I can think of it in my head, but I would at least use the calculator to double check, because why not? There's, like you said, there's calculators literally everywhere.
Like, we're using algebra all the time in our head, but just not thinking about it as y equals x times a.
Like the whole times tables things. Like, do I need to memorize what 7 times 6 is? No, that's like I'm never gonna.
Why did you say my favorite multiplication table?
Like, I don't know what it is.
That is my favorite multiplication.
Why do you have a favorite multiplication?
I do, and so do you. Wasn't yours like 6 times 8 or something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
7 times 9. It was one of those. Like 56 or something. Oh, yeah.
But I mean,
and that is important, exactly.
But wouldn't they all have had cell phones with calculators on them?
Yeah, see, for me, it's kind of like the problem with the computers going down is not necessarily the being able to purchase stuff. It's the control of inventory and knowing what you sold. But then again, I'm thinking of how we have to catalog things in the library. Like, I can't just like do the stamp method anymore. It's like the computer needs to track that you took this out.
Yeah.
I also need to undo the thing that makes the alarm go off. Oh, poor babies. I know you were thinking the exact same thing, Stephanie. It's like, oh, poor babies.
That's crazy.
Have fun, Quack. I hope you know Rock and I would, like, fight to the death if we did that.
I would have, like, 5 songs and that's it.
Yeah. And they'd all be Weird Al. But it isn't gonna be, what is the one with Suede, King of Suede? Yeah,
yes, that would definitely be on my list as important to me.
No.
Why not?
By the way, I did actually need a list. So you know how Doom did that Discord on like if he was gonna make a list of like the top 10 games he streamed new?
Yeah.
I actually went through and was just picking out games I would have on mine. There's only one on the list that I knew what the plot of was beforehand, but it was just so much fun streaming it that it had to go on the list. Otherwise, I tried to stay away from the Zelda games because I knew the story already. But would you like to know my 5? You're supposed to say yes, dear. Please tell me. There we go. Super Mario RPG, Okami, Skies of Arcadia, Tinkle's Rosy Rupee Land, and A Link Between Worlds.
I mean, I could make a list of a lot of songs that I like.
Those are games.
The problem is songs that have importance to my life. Like, I don't like music the way DK does, okay?
By the way, I totally haven't checked off that you bought a map.
I know.
Should I check that off, or should I just leave it there and annoy you? It's the guru!
You should check everything off that I do, otherwise I ain't looking at it until after the first, 3 days or something.
Did you get the bomb bag?
No. No problem with this asshole.
Stay to one side and let him escape out, and then you can go get him.
Did he escape? Just gave up.
Because he was like, you kept fighting yourself.
I want you to explain why, Quack.
Because Doe was a female deer. A drop of golden sun.
No
I'm doing
thoughts.
fine. Yeah, there's a couple people flipping out, but I am keeping a mostly sunny disposition. This leads other people to have sunny dispositions around me.
Except Rockman, who is a perpetual raining cloud.
Yeah, that. He's totally that. Enjoy your tacos, sleep well, have a better day tomorrow.
Tacos? What, you mean like drugs? Bye, Quack. Thanks for being here. I hope I get to catch your stream, whatever.
Can I incorrectly take that and think of that as a deposition? Because that's funny in my head.
You know what would help my disposition, Ratmus? A poutine burger. Oh, wait a minute. We can't go to that restaurant because going out to restaurants is illegal. I read that as Jewish movie.
No.
You know what's a great Jewish movie is Spaceballs.
Ooh, or candy, whichever she prefers as a snack. Are you watching Rockman's rendition from his elementary school days?
Yes, he is. Also Jamaican on the roof.
That's not the point. It's the whole experience. Trying to offer her the full shebang. That, and if you do popcorn, everyone eats it because the smell is just intoxicating. That and popcorn's really cheap. So you can do it, and if she doesn't eat it, more for you. And you can always throw some at Sadie.
Just don't let it expire. I have seen Ratmus's girlfriend eat pizza.
Yeah, I have too, actually. Deep dish pizza.
Spoilers, a couple nights ago, Steffi and DK played some Apex with me.
Spoilers, you can only do that because we managed to actually mail you back your headset.
But then they ditched me to go eat pizza.
I just, like, Brightness, I can't think of any grand gesture.
And yeah,
I don't even know if she really wants a grand gesture.
And why did you have to tell us that? Because we're trying to not be depressed.
Uh-huh. It's little things of consideration and being considerate. That's usually what gets me on my good side. So, Rockman, what are things you can do that are small little things that show me your consideration? What ropes would work?
I bought you chocolate.
Which Rockman could actually do those.
I bought you chocolate. Isn't that enough?
I was just now eating a whole bunch of Hershey Kisses, so thank you. Movie and foot rub spa night. Guess what we get to do now? Watch Rockman grind for 200 freaking rupees. He's boring like that. What else am I going to do? You could just fast forward and make it the next day, and then you could go kill some Dodongos like that, and then you would have it. We wouldn't have to watch you do this, because you can just go kill Dodongos.
If you don't like the way I play this game, tough cookies, because that's the way I play this game, and you're going to sit here and watch it.
Yeah, you didn't send me any cookies, so no tough cookies because you didn't send me cookies. You totally should have sent me Girl Scout cookies like you did last year. And I was kind of disappointed a little bit because I wanted Girl Scout cookies. You didn't give me any. But I appreciate what you did give me.
I don't think we even got any Girl Scout cookies was the problem, of course. We got, like, I don't know why, but we got these. They were from the Girl Scouts, but they're not cookies. They're like stupid little chocolate peanut butter bears. And nobody wants to eat them. And then Mom got some thing for Ratmus, and of course it turned out to have nuts in it, so you couldn't even eat it. So your girlfriend should eat that, Ratmus. A million chocolate
Yeah,
chips.
my dad made me watch Saturday the 14th, and that didn't make me forget that the world is falling apart.
Yeah. I mean, like the past few nights when it's gotten late and Song has gone to bed, and if I'm not playing Apex, well, I watched a movie a few days ago. Oh, I forgot to tell Quack I watched his movie that he sent me. But yeah, I mean, I try to lose myself in the TV shows that I have to watch. That's the only. It is the only thing that can make you forget is watching a show or a movie, and you only forget for that time, and then you remember how horrible life is when the lights come up, right? That's life.
You could go take my dogs for a walk.
I saw a lot of people, walking their dogs, and not just walking their dogs, but I've seen a lot of people walking themselves as well.
Well, it's something you can do outside as long as you're not around people.
And even though it's pretty cold around here, people then obviously don't care. Don't want no scrubs. Well, I wish this dog.
You can go steal one.
This fucking dog right here. This dog can go straight to hell. I'll tell you that. You don't want that dog. He's kicking my ass. I put a leash on Mr. P and take him for a walk as if he were a dog. That'd be hilarious. I did not mean to throw a nut.
Rockman's dropping nuts on stream. That's against TOS.
Dropping loads like it was Mike Rhodes.
Yeah! Oh my goodness. My boys are like... whenever they see someone when I'm on a walk, and it's like, calm the frack down.
Well, Sadie frickin' barks, with all of her might.
Mine just like bark and whine. They're like, oh, puppies. And I'm like, no, they're freaking 11. They have no self-control.
Like me?
Yeah. You're totally 11 with no self-control. Monday, I needed to go to the drugstore to pick up my prescriptions because these are prescriptions I can't actually stockpile. Like, there are lots of prescriptions out there you can't actually stockpile. And I was like, it's time for me to get my prescriptions. Hopefully they totally had them, which was nice. But I get there and the double car drive-through thing is 5 cars deep each, so it's 10 cars. I know that they only have one person at the drive-through. So I'm like, fuck this, I am gonna go inside. And I just waited for 3 people, and then I got my stuff and left. I was just kind of like, that's just too many damn cars for me to wait through.
Ratmus, where would a pure-hearted fox sleep? Spoilers in the closet.
Does anyone else get irrationally angry at people who don't know what they want at a drive-thru window?
No, you shouldn't do that because I'm one of those people.
Exactly. Wait. You don't know what you want, or you're one of those people I get irrationally mad at?
Well, I'm one of those people who doesn't want to sit there and not know what they want because I'll get irrationally afraid that irrational people like you will be yelling at me because I don't know what I want immediately.
Like, I'm okay with you, like, quietly saying what you want. I mean, take your time. But it's like, if you have an order for, like, a family of 6, go inside.
That's, yeah, they need that would be nice. Some places do have that.
Because it's like, your order is too big. I need to come in for an appointment Thursday, so
yeah, I mean, we have talked about this before, and I've even talked about it with Steffi. Like, when I go to a drive-through, I tend to order not necessarily what I would want, but whatever's the easiest thing that I already know, because I don't want to get anxiety from like trying to figure out what I want and taking too much time.
They have medication for that. Yeah, Steffi, I have a doctor's appointment next week, but it's like, yeah, they cannot prescribe. They can only prescribe me X amount of months of one of my medications before I have to have a doctor's visit. So that's what I do. It's like, I have to go to the doctor every 3 months. All right. But it's not, like, I don't know why you're like, I'm not going there if I'm sick. I'm just kind of like, hi, how are you? They're like, good. They take my weight, they take my blood pressure or whatever temperature. I chit-chat for a bit, they write me a prescription, and I'm out. That's literally all that happens.
Well, next week I have a doctor's appointment, but it's like a specialist. It's not going to be very involved. There's not going to be like sick people there with a virus or anything. It's going to be just like a go in, go out type of thing. So it's like,
yeah, that's what I'm
fine. I mean, their office is in a hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. And I've done that before, Steffi. And yeah, I've gone through that hell. And it's not good. Brock, do you remember when I've told you that I've been off my medication and how bad I am?
Yeah.
I do nothing but sleep. My body shuts down. I shut down. Like, there's nothing I can do. And it's like, why aren't you rather? I'm like, nope, can't do it. But with taking the medication, I feel like I did in high school. Like, this is how happy and alive I felt when I was a teenager. Like, do I have the metabolism and the energy? No. But I'm as happy, like, daily feelings wise. It's like, this is definitely who I'm supposed to be as a happy person when I was not, when I didn't have anxiety and depression.
I mean, aren't you a more happy person because you have such an amazing boyfriend?
I started taking this medication before I met you. It's like, you do know, like, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, well, I don't take my advice.
You really should then just go to the doctor. You'll be fine. Like, small doctor's offices don't want people who are busy coughing at them to be visiting. They'd send those people to the ER and to hospitals, places that are actually equipped to help them, not small doctor's offices. And not everyone who sneezes has a virus or is necessarily sick. Because here in the South, it's a bloomin' pollen.
Bloomin' onion?
Probably those two.
I bet if Doom saw a bloomin' onion, he would sneeze and then throw up.
That because of the pepper.
Because of his extreme hatred for onions.
So why do you make us do this instead of just going and killing the dongos?
Just because you tried to get me to do it, and I won't.
I I both understand both sides of that, Steffi. To a certain extent, it's hard for the doctor's offices to tell DK things because of certain laws, HIPAA and whatnot like that. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
you can sign a release.
orally you could say, "This is my husband. You can tell him anything," but it's hard because they have to, one, know it is in fact you saying that, and two, it's just like they don't want to get in trouble in that sense. But I also fully understand where you're coming from. It doesn't even matter if they know you and stuff. It has to. It's paperworky stuff. But yeah, they're very true.
Yeah, I mean, if they know, then they should be able to talk to the husband.
Mm, but see, I don't know because
I
I'm
know
not in the
about
medical field. But
my mom
I
is.
mean, you may have to ask each and every time
Uh,
because like or it might be even like each and every instance of a separate thing. I don't know how the law's written.
I don't think it's per doctor, but I don't know.
They might have been sued, Steffi. You don't know.
Somebody probably sued him and ruined it for everyone.
Like they might have gotten a lawsuit challenged or something. I'm saying this because we had the same issues at when I was working at the law office. People would call for their spouses and tell us the story, and it's like, well, we really need to talk with your spouse because they're the one who actually experienced it. It's like we're getting secondhand accounts, but you really have to talk to the person who was wronged, not their spouse who is just relaying information. I agree. That's why I said I see both sides, is what I'm saying. Because your feelings on it are legitimate and understandable. I hate calling those things too. I absolutely hate it. I hate that I have to answer the phone at work, but I do it because it's part of the job. But I still don't like doing it. Yeah, my boss had me making phone calls yesterday, and it was just phone calls to coworkers, people I work with daily. And I'm just like, I don't want to call them. I did. I didn't like it. All I was doing was calling them to tell them to check their email. Oh, do you have the wallet now? I didn't see you actually get it. Actually, I think Rockman is so much better at making phone calls than me.
I mean, I absolutely hate talking to people on the phone, and you know what I mean by people.
Me.
No,
You mean he means me?
no, like calling up a doctor or whatever. But like, it's gotten to the point where I can do it a lot better than I used to be able to, but I still don't like doing it.
And it's really funny because it's a generational thing because older generations don't understand why we don't like calling on the phone. We prefer text messages.
It's not with me, it's
and email.
It's I don't know. When you say it's a generational thing, then I think it's because of damn kids these days just growing up with text messages and they don't know what a phone is. But for me, it's fear of talking to people.
No, for the generational thing, it actually isn't. I will agree. It's not fear, but it's politeness
I've had this
of giving
fear,
someone
since
an
I was high school.
Huh?
I've had to a fear of talking to people on the phone since I was in high school. Or younger.
I didn't like calling people on the phone in high school. But what I'm saying is, quote unquote kids these days, even people my age, it's politer to send a text form of something because then the person can respond to it when they want versus having to respond to it when you call them and they can't just pause and think of an answer. You're given an opportunity to give a well thought out answer versus the on whatever talking ums. Rockman also doesn't like me talking over him apparently, which I don't understand whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah, I have no problems with the drive-through because it's
just like when Rockman and Steffi are alone together. She has no idea what to say. Total awkwardness, right?
You do know he's absolutely fine with that Steffi. He doesn't mind just sitting there in the silence. He likes Simon and Garfunkel. Yay! Hero! Hi! No, I have not laughed my ass off.
No one has made Song laugh because this is no longer a time for laughing. This is serious apocalypse going on right now.
Well, I would be happy if you had actually gotten the adult wallet in a better fashion.
I just got Heart Piece 2.
You know what? I'm just going to mark off everything and just random stuff so you don't know if you actually got it or not.
I don't think you're going to do that.
How about this? I'm going to mark off that you got the heart piece at one of the archery things when you didn't.
Bitch slapped.
For a second there, I thought you meant you were going to slap me and you called me a bitch, and then I realized that was the thing.
Well, you never know. That would be like dumping tea in my mouth song.
Dumping tea in your mouth is better than dropping like used tea bags straight into your mouth in concentrated form.
That's what's gonna happen if I get this tooth pulled.
Yeah, well, now you'll know my pain.
How are
You
you?
know that's what they did to me, right?
Oh, I know. You've told me several times. How have you been, Nero?
Look, it's really a Legend of Zelda game. Blah 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 blah. Rockman blah 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 blah.
Weren't you the one who told me that I should, tell everyone what Rockman Ramus did? Blah 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 blah.
Yes, but I'm so blah 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 blah.
Song is definitely adding to the co-commentary in a positive and useful way. Blah 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 blah.
Gentle sigh.
But yeah, I went to the barber today. It was not my normal barber. It was just one person, so I didn't get a virus. I don't have a dental appointment for another 2 months or so.
Oh yeah, yesterday my coworker had to go to the dentist because she like chipped a tooth the day before. And so she came back and her whole mouth was numb for hours. It was kind of amusing, but it also meant that I had to stay on the desk. Which was good because it's like I have hardly anything to do off of the desk if I'm not on the desk. So I was like, I will happily just sit here at the desk and do nothing. Dude. I forgot about that laugh.
That was like 4 years ago, and you're never gonna forget it, are you?
It's the best. It needs to be put on a CD. We'll get DK to get the audio from it and use it. Oops. Dad sent me a text message a while ago. Let me go.
I don't consent to that. How about you get seeds for something useful, Ratmus? Dad wanted me to buy seeds at Monticello. It's great. I have 9 nuts because I accidentally used one. Will it make that ultra hot curry actually be ultra hot? I'm not dumping ghost peppers in it, okay? Steffi's only been able to grow poison because what you grow, is reflected in your own heart. Cover's doing new Super Mario Bros. U. You gotta keep those damn neighborhood kids, off your lawn some way. That's what I say. Damn neighborhood kids. I am making no promises or plans of speed running this or how long this is going to take or how many streams or even if I'm doing a dungeon tonight. I don't care. I'm playing this as slow as I want to. Buying a damn fence, an electric fence, right? Keep out those raptors. Damn dogs. Hey Ratmus, it's about your. Hey Ratmus, it's about to be your favorite part of the game. What else? What else? I think I need a drink of water, guys. So I'm just gonna temporarily put down the controller here, get up, and go get a drink of water. And I'm sure nothing bad will happen during me going up and getting a drink of water.
Which good boys get cookies? Cookie? Poison? What? Why is Steffi growing poison?
I missed something.
You ever seen the Addams Family?
No.
She's basically Morticia Addams. That was some good, delicious water I just had. Let me just come back here to the computer, see if I missed anything. I'm sure nothing's happening in the game. Oh God! Why is Ratmus not commenting on this?
Wait, what?
Okay. think that worked. Check it later.
Steffi, one of my weekly challenges today was get a top 3 as a Revenator. And in my second game trying, not only did I get top 3, I got top 1.
Da, da, da.
Of course, when it was down to us versus the last squad, I frickin' died. Then as soon as I died, it was like, oh, you're the champion.
Are there any songs, like, do you... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will let Song answer that.
So the guy that did our sightings not coming back.
Should give him a 1-star review on Yelp.
I'll say this, Steffi, we are also having a similar problem with someone who was supposed to be contacting us back and has not been in contact back with us for 3 weeks to possibly going on 4. I mean, okay, so it's the fact that he's been paid and he has not come back to finish the job. I'm trying to figure out what the actual...
Call the police! Ralphie! Did he still leave that hole in your wall? See, Song, I didn't forget it.
Huh?
That time I forgot the Great Fairy's mask and you won't let me live it down.
That's hilarious.
I'm looking some stuff up for you, Steffi, right now before I can give you a better full answer.
Better yet, you could have Ratmus leave a comment like, "Hey, nice hole you left here in this woman's house. You never fixed it, you dumbass."
Uh, the way I would go about it, Steffi, I mean, Facebook does obviously make things very public. And if you do decide to go with Facebook, make sure what you say is true with things you can back up, but not, it can't, you need to make it not like, I want to say angry, like people try and sue for, like, you said this and negatively affected my business, blah blah blah, like, just like, blah. but yeah, it's kind of like you can say things like, I was not contacted back by him and I am very disappointed in this. Okay, I was about to say a contract would really help that, and it's kind of like, if, and I don't know if the guy was considered a certain type of contractor or he held a professional license, you could make a complaint to the licensing board. That would be a more official way of making a complaint that would definitely get people's attention, because then you are legitimately going against a license that they have tried to procure for themselves. But I don't know if this guy is licensed, so I can't, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like, as far as money goes, your only route would potentially, the only route I can think about as far as money goes is a small claims court, which obviously you're going to be paying more going into. However, if the judge agrees with you, you may be able to include your court costs figured into the small claims. But I don't know if you really want to do that, and it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, exactly. And that's why people don't do it. It's because it is too much work. I mean, if Facebook is your only avenue that you really think would actually grab his attention, I just make sure it does not pointedly make negative comments, if that makes sense. Like if your complaint is he didn't come to finish the job, you can even say it's like, this X amount of work still is yet to be done. Like you can citing things specifically will protect you. And I would keep an open offer for when the job gets done, you will take it down. I don't know if he has a BBB anything or not. Dilder Generation primarily uses Better Business Bureau more than ours. But that is also a way to make complaints. But that depends if he is a member of the Better Business Bureau. Yeah, I mean, as I said, if Facebook is the route that you can correct, that you think is the route you can go, just don't type something out your first day and post it. Type something out, sleep on it, and read it the next day, and see if it fully says everything you want to say in a way that you think is good. And if you're still not sure, you can always ask your parents or another trusted person who has been through these experiences. Okay, like your stepdad, you can send him like, this is what I'm going to post. Do you think it is a pointed but correct statement of what has transpired? I'm using fancy words.
Should you also, if you're posting something on Facebook, should you do it under DK's name so that he gets, the rep for it, not you?
Meh. That's part of your married. So I don't know if there's really a difference for that. And plus, Debbie, there's not much else you're doing, so having some time to write that out, this is a great time to do it. There's a silver lining if I've ever come up with one.
Yeah, that ain't much of a...
Aren't you impressed?
Ain't much of a silver lining.
Rockman's always impressed with my silver linings. He's getting sick of me shoving them down his throat. He'll get silver poisoning one of these days.
I'm sick of a lot of things.
What, I'm poisoning you with a lot of things? What?
Foxglove. Hey Gar, how's it going?
I had a friend, Steffi, who was a waitress, and she was like, fuck this job. Like, she was like, I'm not going in. Like, I'm quitting by, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes, I think you should send in a resignation email or something paper-wise, just so you can protect yourself that you sent them something. Like, make sure it doesn't say anything bad, but it's always nice that you have a piece of paper stamped and whatever.
Notarized.
Notarized just means that, yes, that is your signature. That is all notarization means, is someone watched you sign something. How are you holding up, Gar?
How are you holding up in these troubling times? He's got his green Mega Man head, so he's good.
What power is green?
Snake power.
Now that I think about it, so even at work between us coworkers, we're trying to be respectfully like distant from one another. So like the even the computers that are like right in front, we kind of push them over. So for like the monitors and stuff. But what was it today? One of the big head honchos came in, and he was like, "Hi, how are y'all doing? Blah blah blah. Are y'all like taking the precautions and stuff?" And we're just kind of looking at her, and then we just point to all the signs that we have up front, including the "We're staying 6 feet away from you." And she was like, "Oh, good, good, good. This is very nice. You have all these signs," and it's like, yeah. And then she was kind of like, "I need to whisper. It's a library. I talk too loud." And we're just like, "We really don't mind you talking at a normal voice." And she's like, "No, I'm supposed to be quiet. It's a library." And I'm like, "There's so little people here. We really don't care."
No, Ratmus, I had a Discord message a couple weeks ago that these are canonically the colors, okay? I make the canon, so yeah.
I still find Metal Man to be weird. And it's not necessarily brown so much as burgundy.
Oh, burgundy.
It's far more of a burgundy than a brown.
Brown, is, as we know, is just dark orange. What are my thoughts on this drawing? I think it looks like a
Square.
roll of toilet paper come to life. And the kid who drew it should be ashamed of himself.
If toilet paper was made of cardboard.
You did not
That
draw
works,
that.
Star. That definitely works. I'm assuming and glad that you're able to continue working. Then. And if you do see other people and you're like reading their meter and giving them a ticket, do you get to run away from them?
What should I do?
Save the old woman. Do some coffee and Anju.
Not mean to fall down here.
You could go find the Peahat to kill.
No,
Wait, is this the Peahat you need to kill anyway?
I ain't risking death over that.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing coffee and Anju this cycle. So let's do some night stuff, I guess.
Knight with a K. You're
No,
gonna get some armor.
Night with an N.
Knight with an M?
N.
That's mighty fine. Am I bothering you yet? Are you regretting having me on Skype?
Starting to.
You said you wanted me to be especially bubbly and happy. Why was the dog the leader? I still don't understand this whole story. It makes no sense.
It makes total sense.
No, it doesn't. What the fuck is up with this story?
You wanted to join an animal troop because a man is an animal too.
Okay, Steffi. Read
Yeah.
a really good bedtime story. Super good one. Extra good.
Yeah, good luck with everything, and I hope that our chat helped in some way. Yeah, say hi to Zora from us. And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Alright. Wow. He sends this at like 6 o'clock, right when we're going to close. But we are now closed to community members. Ah, shit.
Let's see. I'm going to write down some things that I can be doing this cycle. I should return the flow of time to normal.
It does not. Have you done other things? Because I went off into La La Land.
I don't know.
You got the Bremen mask. Oh, that's good. Must be very interesting like wiggling yourself through a drive-through window every time you go to work.
Sure.
Accept my hilariousness.
No, I don't really get anxious, not really.
Yeah, Rackman's like, I'd like a parking fine, please. And number 2, the side of number 5.
I mean,
Yes, I'll pay an extra quarter.
whatever.
Am I getting glared at?
You would if I wasn't so tired.
I'm the one who's supposed to be tired. I went to work today, like, before I was supposed to. I go into work at like 8:10 because I need to be there by like 8:15 minimum. And we're not opening till 8:30. So tomorrow, I need to be at work at 9, between 9 and 9:15. So in how many hours is 6 hours?
I can't do math.
12 hours? 12 hours?
Six, 12, I don't know.
So I need to be up by 8. I just looked up and I saw your Don Gyros mask and it was like Mountain Dew. Why is Mountain Dew on Rock Band's checklist?
Don Giro mask is Mountain Dew.
Uh-huh.
This is the kind of relaxing shit I need.
You're gonna fall asleep. It doesn't need to be that relaxing.
Relaxing.
We need upbeat. Turn down for what? Do 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 do.
When would a Goron ever dance to that?
Gorons are dead in Wind Waker. Their society drowned.
It's funny because I saw some Gorons in Wind Waker.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
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 No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Hi, Doom.
Hi, Doom.
Is your next stream title going to be We're All Doomed, but spelled Doom instead of Doom?
Are they making it so you can work from home yet? Son, what did you say about Doom's Sundrop?
He needs to save it for his dying breath.
He probably already drank it.
Yeah, I'm busy like, can I bring my video game system to work? Because I'm just sitting there.
I mean, you would think that, someone like me, who we already talked, is an introvert and doesn't like being out with people, you would think I would be fine with this, but I'm not.
Which is like, I have a coworker who's like, I'm hating this already. Because she is an extrovert and she really does want to be around people. And I was kind of like, I'm social, but yeah, no, I'm totally fine not being around people. And she's like, I want to be around people.
I mean, I want to be able to go to the grocery store and get food without there being a million fucking people there and no food to get. And I want to be able to go out to eat if I want to. That's out the fucking window.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many memes of that shit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my mom and I will go back to the grocery store on Friday and see what happens. If they're still out of stuff, we'll start buying stuff off Amazon. I don't know.
Amazon doesn't have much either. Doom should double check that I've marked everything off the checklist because he knows this game so well. Song, you're just trying to piss everybody off tonight. Blah, 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 blah.
Doom would clearly rather have Stigzilla check the checklist because he's alive, right?
Yes?
Um, Are you also watching Cobra, Doom?
Probably.
How's he doing? Classic Cobra, I assume?
Super classic. And classy.
Keeping it classy?
Classy and sassy. The game is progressing.
It's about the least interesting.
It's like that. It's either very boring or ominous.
Didn't even fucking work. That's how you describe my progress in this game right now. The game is progressing.
Rockman should challenge himself and actually fight things like the dongos and peahats.
Jams already gave up months ago. Yeah, well, yeah. Good luck getting back to normal in, 2 months or 6 months when our entire society has gone down the toilet because of this.
So remind me, Rockman, again, why you do this 5 billion times instead of like twice like the rest of us.
Find this.
Doing the swamp title deeds.
Do I even have to answer that?
What if I said yes? You do have to answer that. It's on my checklist. Do it now.
Because if you're playing a Zelda game and you don't get everything as soon as it's possible to be gotten, then are you even playing that Zelda game correctly according to Rockman rules?
So how do Rockman rules apply to Breath of the Wild?
Don't play it. Yes, he's playing by Ratmus rules, which Ratmus rules are like chaos theory. They're basically in Malcolm chaos theory. That's Ratmus rules.
What do you mean you didn't have max hearts?
Before he did the first divine beast.
You can't because you get heart containers from the divine beast, and there are certain shrines that don't open up until after you beat the divine beast. Except for Daruk. Ah?
And by buffs, you mean like Survivor buffs, right, Ratmus?
Oh, it's a YouTube on it. I'm not watching a YouTube right now.
Or ever. She doesn't have 18 minutes of time to be watching that.
Well, I have 18 minutes, but I don't have 18 minutes to be able to listen to it. The problem is I can't have audio. I'm gonna have to make another damn sign. How many signs I've made today? I've made so many damn fucking signs. Actually, you know what? My coworker will probably have to make the sign because she'll be there before me. She'll have to make a sign.
Why don't you just get like a dry erase board or something, so if you keep changing.
We do have a dry erase board, but she uses that to put up the quote of the day or the quote of the week or whatever. But see, now I have a sign that says our hours. Actually, I have 4 freaking signs that say our hours. And then I have a sign about stay away from us by 6 feet. And now I have a sign that says we are not loading out headphones. Downstairs, I needed to make a sign saying that the group study rooms are closed. And then I had to make signs for like half of our computers going, don't use this computer, social distance practicing, like every other computer.
Beaver Dam gears up for 2020 census. Why is that a news story?
Another damn sign is probably what I said.
Yes, it did. Let's see, it's like coffee and Anjo. Southern Swamp. Yes, I'm going to get the bunny hood. That is the most important thingy. And there's like a million heart pieces. Do I want to
I have
defeat?
it marked off.
Do I want to defeat Dodongos or Peahats? No, not really.
Yes.
Do I want to do Postman or Swordsman Challenge or Kendo Nut? No, not really. Do I want to do Deku Nut Playground? Fuck no.
Yes.
And yes, I got that. And that's the.
I totally have been paying attention as you saw me marking things off. Mel Brooks and his son have released a coronavirus PSA.
I didn't even know Mel Brooks had a son. I hope it's offensive. Does the stream need one? Can you get the coronavirus from watching Rockman stream?
No, it's just the fact that you like doing PSAs.
No, the only PSA you get is for GTA.
I think you've done other PSAs.
This coronavirus is rated M for mature. No kids these days should be getting the coronavirus. Well, I mean, we've been talking a little bit, about what's been happening. That's about it. I don't even know what a
We're
PSA
trying to
would
keep it
say.
upbeat. So, although we've talked about it, we've kept it upbeat.
I mean, theoretically, this is supposed to be a fun escape. Has it been that in practice?
Hey, he's not accepting
really.
all of my smartassness as fun, and that's not my fault.
No, it's my own. I have not been. I've been this rock man where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. Oh, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. It's not like I'm Stanley Spadowski over here.
Yay! Should I? Okay, Sump Pump, will you blast sewage water in Rockman's face for me, please?
Wait, do you want me to have a contest where the winner gets, to
Blasted with
the sump pump?
Yes. Yes, I do.
We got a couple minutes of hail today with feels like
Does that count towards your rain index for the year?
I think if there is hail in California, then yes, it clearly is the end of days. I mean, I mentioned last week I looked outside and it was snowing, but as soon as the snow hit the ground, it pretty much melted and was gone, so.
I'm busy kind of did your hail become just wet, soggy ground? Did y'all stand outside to get pelted with it so you knew that you weren't numb to feeling and you actually had feelings in your... You're like, look, it's not a dream. No. If I just stand here, I'll die. That'll be the end of it. Wow, that went dark. But funny dark.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you're busy talking to the girl who got her brain sucked out of her head and the sister who doesn't know that her sister's brain is sucked out of her head.
Anus.
So, What do you think they do to her?
Sucked her brain out of her anus, I just said. Hmm. Is that more or less rare than snow?
Okay, I'm reading of retail workers' crazy stories for the apocalypse preppers of today. The funniest thing I've seen as a Canadian is the canned beans aisle. There are baked beans, barbecue beans, plain beans, beans and tomato sauce, chili beans, lots of beans. But there's a 2 foot column of the aisle that's completely bare. That's where the maple beans used to be. That's hilarious. Is it green? Is everything just green?
Yeah, you have to
Like
tell you have
like
to,
your pie
you
kind
have
of
to tell us what your
green.
dinner is.
It's green and it's gonna taste green. Everything's gonna be green.
Maybe he'll tell us at his stream later.
Is he sure?
Every day that the coronavirus panic exists, Doom will stream Ni no Kuni. This has been foretold in the prophecy.
Doom, be done with your game. See? That's an easy way to stop it. I work in a furniture store. Needless to say, all the doomsday prepping seems to be happening elsewhere. I'm so bored. I saw someone buying 2 large crates of beer and a giant brick of cheese. Nothing else. That person's from Wisconsin.
Mm.
That's just Wisconsin all over it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm missing one. Thought I'd been all over this fucking place. My thumb's starting to hurt. Kind of wish it was Wednesday, then there'd be stuff to watch on Food Network. I was in the middle the whole time. Those cocks suck. What are you, a Beavers fan? Welcome back, Steffi. remember the time Ratmus posted on Discord something called Wild Zora, and Steffi was like, Zora's wild 24/7. Does it contain amphetamines or something? Are you sure you were turning the right dial? Was it reversed? Well, you said in Discord, I believe, that you don't like hot cocoa. Should I risk it, come a biscuit? No. This is too dangerous. Why am I doing this? Nope. Well, I hope your hot water's not messed up or something, because that sucks.
Hi, Steffi.
Here, Song, I'm doing this risky fasting for some reason.
Huh?
Yay!
Wait, you can only do this if you have the bunny hood, so you feel faster and whatever.
No. It's just I wanted 100 rupees, and if I'm gonna fight the dongos, I may as well fight these ones. Steffi took a bath with Ben Affleck and Burr. It was cold.
Is your hot water out or something?
What am I doing?
I don't know, something you needed 100 money for.
Okay. Once it becomes night, which it's about to in a second, I'm going to steal 100 more rupees, and then I'll have 200 to deposit. I'll also talk to the hand so that he's in my notebook that I'm saving, is what I'm doing.
Did you put the $5 up, $6 in or something?
Mario Party 6 terms. I think I'll just stream till about 10 o'clock. Not that I, really care about the game that Doom's streaming, but, I'm.
Drink something hot, Steffi, like cocoa or tea or something.
She doesn't like.
It'll help you warm up faster.
She'll have to drink coffee or something because apparently she doesn't like hot cocoa.
Okay, whatever. Hot drink.
But yes, hot drinks recommended.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Steffi, I usually try to smile and continue to smile at friends, but no, you just got the full eye roll. I was like, nope, not gonna help anymore.
I know what a song full eye roll looks like, believe me.
It's like I give up. Seriously, I just like, yeah, it's totally like Scorpion with a gimp mask who's like enjoying it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that picture DK tweeted? I don't know how Steffi can tolerate being married to that guy, right?
Huh? Okay, you said that, and then you posted that Dropbox, and I was like, why did DK take a picture of this? I was very confused. Girl, hi, Apollo. You want to go out? You want to go out? You want to go out?
What am I gonna eat? Should I have some corned beef hash tonight? Well, it's corned beef, so clearly I should. Not at all what I make myself out to be. It's so much nicer to have the bunny hood now.
Did you know that the penguins jump downstairs like with both their feet? They're like hop, hop, hop.
No, I did not know that, but it makes sense.
It's adorable. One of the guys from the local news station who does the sports usually tweeted, and the news people like retweeted it. Working from my apartment this week instead of the station. Please refer all questions to my secretary. And then it's a picture of his dog. Like imagine a dog trying to like catch his own tail, except he's sitting on his tail, so it's like he's circularly rubbing his ass. And it's one of those dogs that have like short tails, like a bulldoggy kind of mix. And so it's like, what the fuck is going on? And it's just him like looking at the camera like, I don't know what's going on. And it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Don't you love when I am on the thing with you, co-commentating?
I love it so much, dear.
You know what's really like? I am so bored, and it's like I want to do some online shopping because there's some things I want to buy that I can play around with now because I'll have time to do that. And I'm like, the fuck? I can't do online shopping because like that's the opposite of what I want to put on the system of people needing other shit delivered to their houses, not just me getting fun shit to play with.
Just order some toilet paper.
No. What I want to order is a new drawing, what is it called? Digital pad thing that I can like draw on the computer.
Play drawful with?
Yeah. Pretty much. Because I was like, oh wait, I have one of those, but I hadn't used it in a while and I forgot it had a battery in it and the battery corroded. It was pretty cheap. So it's like I could buy a slightly more expensive one now. But I can't buy it like now because I want... It's like I actively want resources going where resources should go. Not towards I'm bored and I want a new toy.
Toys are important to get you through the crisis, you know.
Well, if I'm going to buy that kind of toy, it's not going to be a stylus and a pad.
What type of toy will it be?
Cylindrical. But also needs a battery. Yeah, see, that's terrible. See, yeah, it's like I went to the wholesaler and I've gone to the grocery store. I went to the pharmacy and we're having water plumbing issues right now, so we needed to take our laundry to the laundromat. But we like gave it to the person and had them wash our clothes. Which yes, you pay out an arm and a leg for.
Flipping my wife into this. Go home and sneeze on your own kids.
It's like I have plenty of games to play, so That's definitely not an issue. Yeah, I'll be off on Fridays, but I do have a specified time that I will be uh, in charge of doing something online for work for like an hour, hour and a half. So, like, the time I have been assigned is a good time for me, but it means I can't do an afternoon stream, so even if I do a Friday stream, it'll have to be after dinner. Because I have to make myself fully available to watching this thing. If someone asks me a question, I have to be able to respond to it. So this will be interesting. I'm somewhat looking forward to it because I just want to see how it all works. I'm kind of surprised they put me on the list, but it might be because I have such good computer access. Honestly, I suspect I'm on the list because I have such good computer access. Not because I'm necessarily going to be the best at answering questions. I'm pretty good at answering academic-y questions, but not so good with answering, like, policy questions. Are these people open? I don't know. Who do I get in contact for this? I don't know. I need to do a paper with MLA citing. I'm just kind of like, no, not that, anything but that. The cones in your eyes or the rods in your eyes?
I was like, yes, I know that wonderful joke that we love, but why are you mentioning it now? It has nothing to do with anything. Yes, I did have a reservation. I don't care what song says.
No, you didn't, you bastard. Bastard.
Didn't even tell Doom about Ben.
Bastard.
Yeah.
My milkshakes, bring all the boys to the yard. You can only bring 9 boys max.
What the hell are you talking about?
Huh? Because you're not supposed to be in groups of more than 10 people. People are doing a hilarious, like, take song quotes and then the CDC response to it. And it's really funny.
Sounds hilarious. Okay, this is not a good idea. Blame song. And I'm dead.
Yay! Can I read you a funny now? These are things overheard in LA. I grew up in a war zone for 12 years in Lebanon. Bombs going off all the time. Not once did we run out of toilet paper.
Yes, Turbulent. How are you doing?
Hey, Turbulent.
Stop walking into the wall. Oh. I need to find an Indiana Beach picture to post today. What type of Indiana Beach picture would you guys like to see today?
One with your face in it.
How about one with my middle finger in its on?
You have one of those?
I have a picture with somebody's middle finger, possibly mine.
Well, we'd know if you showed your thumb in it because your thumb goes all weird. By the way, have you gotten anything? Because I haven't marked anything off in a while.
I don't think so, because I fucking died and that was your fault.
Cool.
Yes.
Did you do the post office challenge?
No. Turbulent, I'm trying to uplift people's spirits in these trying times, can't you tell?
I'm doing a much better job of it. Did you do the swears within school thing?
No.
Have you done a Kendo's nut?
No.
Are you gonna go defeat the pea hat? Rockman's giving you the middle finger, like both of them right now, just so y'all know. And I'm just smiling, that winning smile of mine. It's okay. He got the key, so that's a middle finger to me because he should never get. Are you gonna go get your snack now? Because you said something about a snack earlier. What are you gonna get for a snack?
I wasn't talking about a snack. I was talking about a meal, and that's not till 10 o'clock, which is 50 minutes from now.
It is 10 o'clock.
It's not till 10 o'clock, which is 50 minutes from now.
It is 10 o'clock.
It's not till 10 o'clock, which is 50 minutes from now.
You need to fix your clocks. So do you miss it when I'm playing a game while you're playing a game and I'm just ignoring you?
Yes, what happened in those days?
There's a lick-a-tongue at my house.
You shouldn't get 50% more pizzas, Steffi.
That is pretty good. What was it? Outback had like a free delivery, and with my mom's like super discounty rewards thing, we got 3 steaks that originally would have been like $58 for $35. Like full dinner meals with like the 2 sides and all that.
Yeah, well, guess what, Steffi? Where I live, first of all, there's not a lot of restaurants that do delivery. And second of all, even if there was, my dad will not, under any circumstances, allow food to be delivered. He would never pay for that. It has to be picked up. He's morally against and insanely not. We are not allowed to have food delivered. He would throw a huge fit about how we're wasting money if we did that.
I also typically do not get pizzas delivered unless I really, really, really want pizza, and it's like after pickup time, so that they only deliver.
Well, the last time I went to the grocery store, they didn't have any of the food that I wanted. So what we decided to do was we remembered that in the freezer we had frozen bratwurst from Wisconsin, so that was defrosted and cooked, and I had bratwurst. They weren't.
See,
They were not really good though. Like I was kind of like, what's like these weren't worth getting, buying, and saving and eating. Like they were just mediocre bratwurst. Like what the hell?
see, I'm busy kind of like I went to the store and was just happy there was anything. So I'm just happy there's anything. Rockman and I are two very different people.
Well, anything like what?
Huh? Let's see. I bought pot roast meat, and then they were completely out of chicken, but they had a whole bunch of bacon. So I just bought like pot roast and bacon. And then I just picked up anything else that I knew that we actually eat. But there was like barely any produce, so I just didn't bother trying to look through the produce, and I did produce at the grocery store the next day. Which I can buy smaller amounts in that way instead of like big wholesalers. Yeah, there there was one frozen thing I got, I think, but I can't remember what that was. Oh, right, I bought hash browns.
Well, I mean, because
Yeah, our frozen section was pretty picked clean of the good stuff. There were still things, but the good stuff was gone.
I mean, here's the thing. When my mom and I went to the grocery store last Friday, as we usually do, before we went there, I had no idea that this is what was going to happen. I had no idea there was going to be a million people there. I had no idea all the food was going to be gone. I had no idea there was this fucking madness nonsense going on.
See, I don't know why Rockman didn't know this. I fully went in knowing and expecting it.
I didn't know. So when I got there, it was I've never we don't have hurricanes here or earthquakes. I've never experienced this in my life of food not being there. It it was totally out of my wheelhouse. Like next week I will go in maybe knowing what to expect and, trying to see what's there and what we need to buy to survive this fucking, 2 month, 6 month apocalypse, which I'm going to assume that it now is. But I was like, I'm just going to get my food for the week that I've planned. Huh?
Sorry. It's like I understand it, but at the same time, I'm just in this like, how did you not know?
Why would I know? No one told. There's nothing. Friday was the day that it all happened.
No, it had happened days before because everyone was like, "There's no toilet paper on like Thursday."
Well, that was
Wednesday and Thursday. I knew there was no toilet paper.
It never occurred to me because like the week before, Ratmus was supposed to buy toilet paper from Costco. He said they were out. I was just like, oh, okay. Well, like I guess that was a weird thing. They happened to be out of toilet paper. We'll get it next time. Never occurred to me that this was some insane thing going on. Never knew. Fuck the stock market. Things are bad when, Ratmus is shopping for essential items at Farm and Fleet. Yeah, see?
There was like a few things of toilet paper at CVS, but since I'd already bought, I bought toilet paper at BJ's, but it's like Scott. It's like the super cheap stuff that you use at like industrially.
Yeah,
I say industrial, but I mean just like public restrooms.
Ratmus got us some other type of toilet paper from some other place, and it wasn't as much as you'd get at Costco, but it's going to last us for, a couple weeks.
Exactly. Like, I'm perfectly happy with this stuff in the sense that it's better for your septic tank anyway. And it's going to last us a while, so hopefully by the end of it, the toilet paper will be back in stock. See, I did buy a big old thing of rice. So we got rice covered. Yeah, but it's kind of like if you're pleasant around people, I found that other people are pleasant around you. Like, I had perfectly pleasant interactions with the person who was checking out my items. The person behind us found our interactions amusing, so she was like giggling. And it was just it was much happier. Now, also, for some reason, even at the wholesaler, like, there's lots of children because that was the first day, like, school was canceled. But, like, none of them were throwing fits. They were all in good moods. Maybe because school was canceled and they didn't know what was coming. But they were all in good moods, like no cranky children. So that was nice.
Oh my, I pity you.
Pity the fool? He is wearing the jewelry. Can you pity the fool if you're wearing jewelry? Nope, he's not wearing jewelry anymore. I can't pity. I don't know what my parents would try to do.
And definitely not happy parents, right?
I do wonder what my parents would try to do. I don't know. Depends on the age. Did I tell you the difference between my mom proofreading my papers and my dad proofreading my papers? And why we always got mom to proofread our papers?
I don't know.
So Mom will proofread our papers for school, mark out like things that are incorrect, or she'll be like, I would change this, but it's technically not wrong. So there's variations and stuff, and she sometimes like point out what she did. My dad, however, would correct it, and then he would sit us down and was like, now we are going to discuss what you did wrong and why. And he would go through everything and be like, why is this grammatically incorrect? This is grammatically incorrect because blah, blah, blah. And it was like, Mom was just kind of like, it's wrong, fix it. Here's how to fix it. It was so much easier and simpler. I think I had something recently proofread by Dad. And my brother was like, I didn't know Dad proofread things. I was like, yeah. And he was really annoying about it.
What the hell is going on? Is something wrong with my...
I'm talking so much you can't think.
There's something wrong with my mouse. First of all, the battery's dying. Second of all, I keep ripping chat out of Google Chrome and ripping it out. Got time for this shit.
Digital rippings. So, Steffi, what other things is Zora learning that you would like to tell us, and then we can help you brainstorm ideas of things you can do? Because for counting, you can totally do M&Ms or other small candies. Legos, you can count Legos. Or pop figures. You have enough pop figures that you could probably count a bunch of those.
This is really pissing me off.
I would not suggest counting little grains of rice, though. That would be boring. But you could practice her handwriting by writing on grains of rice. Does anyone else remember that? That was a big thing in like what, the early 2000s? Those like grains of rice necklaces. Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm fine if you think of that as a rough draft. Oh, interesting. I can understand that. But it's like, she's writing short stories, but if it has like misspelled words, then it's a rough draft. That's an interesting concept you can introduce her to. Rough draft writing. Improving stories. Rewrite. Nah. No. No. Oh. I have dyslexia. That's a bad idea. That's a very bad, like, that's literally one of the things they do in the big old test thing. Like, the test that they give you to determine if you have a learning disability, that is one of the small things that is included. They tell you a made-up word, and then they ask you how you would spell it. So it's like, here's this made-up word, spell it. See, I guess if they do that, that's more of them trying to teach them to write. As in, like, okay, I see where they're going, but I also see where, like, they should be spelling correct things. Yeah, that's a mix of things there. Hmm. I see the conundrum. But then again, I'm just kind of like, to a point, for capital letters and spacing between words, wasn't that taught, like, with you repeating something that you see? Like, here is a sentence, write it out. And you just wrote out a bunch of sentences sometime. And that way you were learning spelling and word spacing.
There's a sprite called Mallow, but it's not Mallow from Super Mario RPG. It's Mallow the cat.
Well, you could always teach her the art of application. You learn something one way, but you have to learn to apply it to different situations. Like, this is how you learned it from your teacher. Now apply those teachings to the way you're presented a different problem from your mom.
You're just depressing me.
Who, me, or what? Am I depressing you? My parents honestly don't know how I learned to read. Because I think so differently. Like, they didn't catch on till 3rd grade that something was wrong. And that's because I would leave the house knowing all of my spelling words. Like, we had a very strict method of learning spelling words at my house. And I would leave the house knowing how to spell each and every single one of those spelling words. Like, orally, I'd repeat them back to my parents before I got in the car. And I'd either come back with 100 or I'd come back failing. And I failed because all the letters were there, but they were jumbled. Or like 1 or 2 letters or something was in the incorrect place. So I either did perfect or I bombed it. And my parents were like, something is wrong. Yeah, I was noticing. I was like, that's a good idea. That's really good.
So should I give this to Mama or the postman?
Both. That's not a valid answer, Song.
It's not a valid answer, Song.
Flip a coin.
You're assuming I have a coin.
You have all those coins that your brother gave you from various places that are big old coins. And you're like, rah, 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 rah. Wah, wah. What is it? Date rape? Date rape. That was funny. I'm hilarious. Yeah, it's kind of like phonics is important. Like, I specifically was on some Hooked on Phonics for the dyslexia. And it's kind of like you're telling them spell it however it sounds. I'm just kind of like,
I'm before E except after C, bitch.
Like, how are you supposed to learn that phone is not spelled with an F if you don't show them that phone is spelled with a PH? Because it certainly sounds like an F.
See, what I'm saying is this, this makes me not want to have kids.
Alright, Steffi, what type of history is Zora learning? If she's not even learning history yet.
Something tells me Steffi doesn't like history. I love history. Hello, lizard.
Hi, lizard. No historical discussion. Science? I really am desperately trying to remember what did I learn in kindergarten. Even first grade. Math, writing, sight words, planets, penguins? Well, if you have the ability to, like, email her teacher, you can always send a nice email saying, can you tell me, like, a rough idea of subjects I should be helping Zora with or trying to teach or give her a heads up on? It's kind of like you want her syllabus, but I don't think they really make syllabi for kindergartners, essentially. But, I mean, you can bypass Zora and just ask the teacher yourself. I'm pretty sure they're probably still checking email.
Yeah, because Steffi loves talking to people, as we know.
They email, she can write out a response and think on it for a bit and then send it later.
Yeah, Celebi.
Do you know who Celebi is?
I know it's a Pokemon.
Because yeah, I think in kindergarten a lot of it is also like getting along with people and social skills.
I don't think Zora's in kindergarten.
Oh, is she first grade?
Lincoln, nice.
Ah, you can totally correct me, Steffi, because I was like I can't remember. Okay, first grade. Okay, so yeah, Lincoln. Yeah, that's totally something you can do a lot on.
There's a Poe on the grassy knoll. The X-Files was a documentary, right? Sounds like, I don't know.
like, why are we talking about the Oh, okay. That's why Lizard was confused. Lizard, we're not from Illinois, so it's okay.
No, it is not okay.
It is totally
First of
okay.
all. Second of all, Lizard was clearly talking about the grassy knoll that John Wilkes Booth jumped out of to shoot Lincoln inside the play, I'm sure. Theater.
Whatever theater.
Wherever they have plays, whatever that building's called. Inside the Watergate Hotel. Inside the Heartbreak Hotel. Yeah. We have to not talk about that stuff, otherwise it'll make me sad. How many cow figurines are there in Clocktown? Why does this music seem so much louder? Alright, bye Steffi, thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoy your pizza, and I hope
Bye, Steffi. Joy.
Hope we play Apex again soon. The answer is 10. What time does Romani wake up? 6.
No.
How many balloons does Romani use? A lot of these are hard ones that I don't know, and I had to Google Keaton quiz. I'm so lethargic right now.
It's like I'm trying to think of all the stuff my parents would have done with me if I was Zora, like in first grade kind of thing. And then I went, you know what? I had an older brother, and they probably just made him do my lessons too. Like his own lessons, but also like teach her some stuff. Teach her what you're doing so that you remember what you're doing. Is probably what they do. I don't know if Blizzard's older brother would have taught him stuff. I don't know if your older brother would have taught you stuff, Ratmus.
You guys are mean.
Yes. I don't think it was 27 months ago, but yes. How long is 27 months? 2 years and levels. I believe you have Stone Journer, but I mean, I have one, but that's technically an I mean, do you want to do that now?
It's 2 years and 3 months. 2 years is 24 months. See, this is simple math. Calculator.
Wait. Flapple, Stoneger, Surfetch, and Zycan, those are all from Sword, not Shield. Like, I have most of those, so I can show them to you. The only one I don't have is the okay, so you have Shield. Okay. Yeah, because those are in Sword. I have 3 of them. Yes. I have 3 of them. I don't have the legendary. You can probably ask Fish. I mean, I'm starting it up, so. Oh. But I can get you those other 3. No problem. It's dating. Oh yeah, yeah. I have a whole. No, I have been breeding those lizards. I have a shit ton. I have a crap ton of those. I'll get you a really good one. I can get you one with the hidden ability. Because I've been breeding ones with hidden ability. It's just updating, so. I have an update. I haven't turned it on in a bit. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. If you were playing earlier, you probably don't. This is probably a while ago. You have enough. Interesting. Was it? What's the hidden ability? Is inner focus. Do you just want to see a Surfetched, or do you want a Farfetched? Uh, okay, so got the flat stone.
That's weird. there's Doom's dinner. Irish as fuck.
Do you need any of the fossils?
Okay, so before the first dungeon, I got one more mask, one more bottle, and I have 9 heart pieces, and I need to get 9 more heart pieces. I'll need to do the coffee and Anju again. I'll need to get the Sonata of Awakening. I need to do the Deku Nut Playground and a couple of other things. But that's what we call psychotic. But yeah, I'm done playing this. I'm done streaming. Yeah, I guess Thursday will be a double Zelda stream where I must finish Breath of the Wild, and we'll continue this and do Woodfall. And I was hoping that was Doom announcing he was live. Still waiting. Pizza. Well, Cobra's still streaming. Could raid Cobra.
Oh, I can give you one of those.
Not sure Cobra will raid Doom eventually. That's in the stream. Bye, everyone.